Alright, so good news is I got my new Prismas. Came today. Still haven't decided how I want to store them beyond the box. And I thought I'd show you this. I got this from a student as a end of the year gift. And it's a sketchbook. It's doesn't have much tooth, the paper. And it just says sketchbook. So I don't know how much it'll take. And the binding, like, so I'm thinking I might use it as for swatching, but I'm not sure. But I thought that was sweet. Alright, but I was excited about this. Still disappointed that my others disappeared. Alright, so what I thought I'd do tonight is I'm going to work on two pieces that are similar simultaneously. One's a gift and one will just go in my inventory. So I thought I'd build a city scene with the prints that we did with on my last video when we jelly printed using Jones stencils last time, and we had some really neat papers. So I'm going to start out actually with some napkins. I've picked, this is Magical's paper, and it's, you can see the copper on it. It was just an extra paper that I put, probably Delusions and Magicals. I'm not even sure. We may find out. And then this is just a piece of vintage music paper. So I wanted to make a city scene, so I'm going to put this blue napkin here and this lighter blue napkin on here. The white will disappear, so you'll still see some of that music part. Hi, Picola. And for those of you watching the recording on Ustream, on YouTube, sorry, this is a recording of a live stream. So I am chatting to people in the chat. It is real time, so feel free to fast forward. All right, I'm just going to tear the edges off just to get a rough edge. I'll probably cut those off. And then I'm going to take this darker printed, so that'll be more my asphalt, the ground, and then I have a lighter gray that I'm going to put down here. I've got papers for buildings, and we'll get started. So I'm just going to start with putting some medium with a very wet brush. On here. And then I'm going to lay that down and let gravity do its thing, kind of smooth it out. I'm not going to worry about, I'm just going to tack it down for right now. I'm not going to go over the top yet. We'll set that aside. I'm going to do the same thing. We'll see what happens with this. If this was all magicals or had delusion. I know there's magicals on it. I don't see any movement of green. I don't see any green on my brush. Okay. Yep, I got the Prismacolors on Amazon, and they were $84. You got a Joan box yesterday. Yay! Wish I'd gotten that just a little higher, but it won't matter in the end. Alright, let me set that aside. I want to take off a little bit of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a wet brush so I can get a torn edge. And then I'm going to do the same thing down here where I think, save that for later. Go like that side. I want a torn edge on this one too. Alright, put that up. It's extra. Throw that away. Alright, so I know the dark one is going to go on here. Alright, then I'm going to go ahead and go over the top of both of these. The white part will go clear and let the background show through when it dries. And these are jelly printed napkins. They're the backs of decorative napkins that normally people would throw away. But I jelly print on them instead of like deli paper. Okay. I'll set that one aside. I'll trim it and dry it here in just a minute. Let's get this other one finished up. We want that overlap just a little bit. Today was my last day of work, technically. I'm going to a workshop curriculum writing, not a workshop. I'm getting paid to go help rewrite and rearrange the curriculum for next year in Houston. I get to go have dinner with Shauna, so I'm really excited about that and get to meet her. And then the following week, when I come home Friday, then the following Tuesday we're going to Colorado for vacation, which I'm excited about that too. Alright, so let's give these a little dry and then we'll trim them. Yeah, I have 8. Well, I should have 8 weeks, but I'll actually have 7 weeks off because of the going to Houston and working. But I get paid extra for that, so that's a good bonus. Alright, so I'm going to turn on the heat gun. So those of you watching on YouTube, fast forward it. All right. This is still a little bit tacky. You know what? I'm just going to let those set aside for a few minutes and let them dry up a little bit more. So, buildings. So I pulled some papers for buildings. I know I want to use this one. And I know I want to use this one. And this. I think we need a gray. And I'm thinking about using part of this, where some of this is showing through. This was some ugly scrapbook paper that I had jelly printed. Now, I also know when I cut, I think I use these. When I cut these, I want a window behind them. So I'm going to match each of these up. With a background when I cut it. I'll have that extra. Trim off that white. Okay. Get these two close to the same size. And I may change the size of the building, but for right now, I'm going to keep them about that size right there. Of that white creeping in there. That one a little bit more unique. And I'm thinking I might make a corner. I may need to adjust it. Flip it over and check it out with a marker. Okay. That can be like a corner one. And I save these little bits because they can be used. Get rid of some of this white here. I'm going to cut this in half. Put that there. Do that. So there's that building there. I may have more than I need, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. Actually, I'm going to use... Now, get that over there for right now. Hi, Lori. Hi, Judy. Oh, and I forgot about this. This is candy wrappers, and I want to use them behind one of the buildings. That should work there. So that gives me 5 buildings here and 5 buildings here. Okay. So I'm not going to do anything with this other than make it slightly narrow and slightly shorter so it doesn't show in the background. So then usually what I do, and I'm not really like picky as far as perfectly rectangle. Cuts. You can be. I'm going to grab a pencil. What I'm thinking about on this one is making it like wider on the bottom and narrower on the top. So I'll adjust that. I'll adjust this in a few minutes. Okay. All right. And I'm just going to give me some lines. For where I want to cut my windows. And I'm not measuring precise, I'm just going to adjust the windows there real quick. Like I said, I'll just go in slightly. More. So that should be about the same shape. Get my different scissors out that I like to use. Usually when I cut the windows, I like to use these because I can get more detail. Alright, so what I'm going to do is cut little snips on my lines where the X's are. And I'll come back in and and snip those little notches out. Okay. Then I'm going to give it one more fold. And I am going to cut out a little bit at the bottom. Cut a little bit of like an arc. Okay, I'll fold that all the way down now. It's kind of like paper dolls when you would make the little. Okay, so now on the same side, I'm just going to make little snips because I don't want to cut into what I've already cut. I'll cut that out. And you just think of your basic geometric shapes, which is what, you know, most high-rises or big rectangles. I have done like Victorian houses and some of that this same way. Hi, Kimberly. Okay. And this one I won't turn it so I can see on the bottom better. I don't have any lines, so I'm gonna put a window next to the door. I think I just want to put a long, skinny one. And again, I'm gonna arc it. Okay. Now for the reveal. It kind of wants to stick together. So there's our building. Put gel medium on the back of it. Actually, you could do it the other way and put the gel medium on the window side too. I'm gonna enough glue down here, so. And I'm going to use pit pins for my details and shading. So I'm going to put a layer of gel medium on the top too. So when that dries, that will be a beige building with windows behind it. So let's set it aside. Let's do this one here. Now let's make this one, it's going to have a roof visible. So I'm going to put some lines in with some pencil right here. Alright, so those I'm going to cut at an angle. But I'm just going to do big windows. I'm not going to. We'll do a door on this side. And then maybe we'll do like a garage. I think I need to alter this too. It's not perfectly parallel, but it'll get covered up by other buildings too and stuff. Alright, so I'm just going to fold this where I can see my little pencil marks. And cut my door real quick. This is a much heavier scrapbook paper, so it doesn't bend as easy. I know it's hard to see on camera. Okay, so, and when we get, let's see that window's too high. Alright, well we're just going to adjust that. The window's too high. We'll just do this. Let's start over. It'll just be a short building, no big deal. That was my fault. Could have used a white pencil. You know what? I'm going to make this building really unique. I'm going to make it like an asymmetrical. And I'm going to. So I think I'll make it a short asymmetrical building. Put some glue here. Maybe we'll make this building Turner. That'll work. I just drew some lines so I can we'll snip that and then that'll fit. I want to trim that just a little so it doesn't stick out. I'll fold it. I'm going to fold it one way and fold it back the other way. Two doors. And we'll make this one have large windows. Larger there. Okay. So it's got large windows, two large windows. These windows I may paint in with the details. The little side ones. I'll just sketch them in with a pencil. Right, let's take a little bit off the top of that. A little bit. Okay, so that gives us one tall building, two for the foreground. I'll put that over there. All right, we're just going to make this more of a straightforward high rises. And I'm going to do both at one time. use these scissors. I'm just eyeballing it. So I'm going to take one of those out, I think the gray one, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a shorter area than the window. That's parallel to it. Well, these people are going to have balconies. I will say this side is pretty interesting too. It's the back of a map. I like all that black on the yellow. I'm going to do a door down here. I'm going to give it a little fold. And do a little window set down here. Alright, this one's going on top of the coppery blues. Checking on chat, see what's going on. All right. So, glue on top of that. Make that secure. Let that dry. Okay, I'll fold this one. And then we'll put this one together and we'll see how that goes time-wise. Just being fruitcake, okay. I'm not mad at you. I'm just glad you're back with us, Judy. You enjoying your new laptop? We could not deal with not having you around, Miss Judy. So there was no alternative. All right, let's put a little window down here. And we should probably put a door in this building, otherwise there's no way to get in and out. Okay. Let me get rid of all this little trash before we get to the next stage. Okay, let's put the windows in this one. And I'll definitely have to trim it. That's not any big deal. Okay. So let's trim this one. That gives us 3 tall and 2 short. All right, let's trim off the excess napkin on this. Okay. Get all that off. I'll do the same thing on this one. Hi, Linda. Okay. I don't know which background we want to work on first. I may have way more buildings than it can handle. Okay, I'm gonna shorten this one. Thinking this may just be these three. Like that. Which is probably hard to see with the glare in the camera. Let me hold it up. I will definitely want an odd number. Thank you, Judy. All right, so we'll do that, and then this will be like a street. We'll put these two together. So then that brings, if this goes here, let's decide, maybe we can just make another building. I don't want another light colored building. Let's do this one real quick. Actually, we'll do this one without the windows cut. Put this one in the background. I'm going to shorten it. Put that one in the background. But we'll do without the cut in the windows. That'll save some time. And then I scoot that over. I can tuck another one back here. But maybe I want a gray one to be. The gray didn't really pop on that background. I could just leave 3 like that. I'm thinking about tucking that behind there. I'll trim that. Let's trim this down. Make it a little skinnier. I'm not going to mat it, so let's take this one down. And leave that one tall. That I'll save because it could be another small building somewhere. You know, not today necessarily, but I really want it to do. I'll save this for another day too. Okay, let's try. All right, let's do that. But let's do this one like you're looking down the side of a block. Okay, so I'm cut that off and that off. And cut this off. And okay, so that will work. Tucked in there. Or maybe that one needs to be tucked in here. Okay. And you just have to kind of play with the composition. And put that in front of there. I almost think the 4 is enough. Unless I do something like hi, Inch. All right, so do we push it with 5 or do we leave it at 4? Maybe this one has to go all together. Now, maybe this one doesn't make the cut. I'm leaning towards 4. All right, let me look for, well, first of all, I'm going to turn another light on. And I'm going to look for a stencil real quick. that I want. Five, the odd. Yeah. It's tough. Maybe it needs to be. Let's try this. What if we take a skinnier one? Right now, that light color and that dark color is just glaring. Let me look what I'm looking for while we're thinking on that. Try to find where I put the stencils. Sorry, people on YouTube. That's one. Okay, that's not the one I want. It's in here. I'm trying to find brand new. There it is. Tree stencils. Because I think I want to put some trees maybe in the background. Okay. I know this one's good. And I want to stencil some of these trees in this background here. Mainly where the two buildings, there's a gap. And I thought I'd look and see. I also have some tree stamps I might use in the foreground. And I'm just going to put black because I'm just really, these are in the background. So I'm just going to put a thin layer of trees. Okay. Okay, there's that. And I think I'll skip a spot and come over here. They didn't come out real clear because of the napkin texture on here that I have. And I'm not sure I like this sponge I'm using for this. But I think it'll be fine. Because like I said, a lot of it's going to get covered up. Alright. So, we know that this building is going to go here, basically. And I'm going to put these two together first. So I can kind of treat them as one. Did you get everything out of your old apartment, Ange? Yeah, Linda, I have the mask for that stencil in the 12 by 12. And I really like having I wished I had not bought the mask. I use it a lot. But I really like the stencil itself. So like I said, some of that tree stuff is going to get lost. In fact, I'm going to come back in here. Nah. No, I'm not. I take that back. I lie. Alright, let's go over those with gel medium and get them glued down. I'm also going to put my washi on while I'm doing this gluing. I'm going to put a piece of washi across here. It's the Tim Holtz one with all the words that have to do with New York. I want to make sure these buildings are coated with gel medium before I use any of the pit pins. Alright, let's let that one dry for a few minutes. Let's come back to the problem child. I think we decided that's what we were going to go with. Maybe it just should be a short building behind this one. Okay. I'm just going to start committing. It's only paper. So I'm going to put this one dead center. I'll put this one to the side. And I'll put this little short one. Where they meet. I think I'm just going to cut off and put this one over on the far side. I'm going to put this one kind of in the middle. I'm going to put the washi on this one too. How it ended up being, I want it shorter than that. Okay. across this bottom. All right. Okay. Let that one dry. Get rid of those stencils. Right. And clean off a little bit of glue and paint. Throw that in the water. Get all this extra little trash bits in the trash can. Let's give those a dry. So I'm going to turn the heat gun on real quick. Thanks, God. We'll see. We're in the ugly stage right now, sort of. I might mat this one after all. We'll see. This one might have to be trimmed too. Oh no, it's 9 by 12. It'll go in a 9 by 12 frame. Okay. A few wet spots. Oh, Tay wants in, and then she'll want out. Let me open the door. All right. I use the pip markers. Let's pull out the ones I think I'll use. I think I need to order a new set of grays again. Okay, so I am going to start with this building right here. And what I do is put the marker on there and then kind of blend or smear. And if you don't like it, you can push it back with a little bit of moisture. Get a baby wipe. I think I'm going to use this rusty color. And what this does is just give it a definition. Do a blend of these two. Go around the windows. Okay. Then down this side. Okay. And then on the windows, I'm just going to make them dark. On this side. And come back with some darker lines just to definitive. Kind of mark the edges of the building a little bit better. I'm going to add some black in here where the top of the building is. Okay. Let me zoom the camera in a little bit. I think that'll be a little better. So that finishes that building up, kind of. And what I'm going to do is like 421A, 421B. I'll put an address on top of it. I think I'm going to come in and put some panes in these windows. Alright, we'll do this building next. I'm just going to use black on it. First thing I'm going to do is hit the windows to define those. That's where I've got to be careful of the extra glue and stuff. Yeah, I hear you, Tay-Tay. Yeah, you think it's time to hunt. Stop. Okay, so that gives that. I'm gonna get a blue. Where those? This is glass, like a patio window. So I want to define it with a little bit of blue. I'll even put that on a couple of the. Stop. And let's put a fire escape over here. So it's like a fire escape. Define the edges of these windows a little more. The other thing sometimes you can do is I'll put like a little skylight type thing on the top of this building. Let that dry and then I'll come back to it later. The other thing I need is white paint. And I'm gonna put in, blocking a little bit of white in a couple places. For this, I kind of like old junked up brushes. This will end up being a tree. And then I'm going to get a white paint pen. To use. that dry and that'll work there. And I'm even gonna put some trees up here. All right, block that in. Let's put a tree over. Right here. And I think I want to put some white in here. And lay some other color in there or something in a few minutes. So that'll all dry. And then we'll add a little gel medium over it. Okay. Let's work on this building here. Right, and I'm gonna get a different brown, a little darker, and go around the windows here. And I'm gonna add some like it's got cut into the stone, just some like architectural details. I might. Kind of like there's the stonework over the windows. I think I'll add it under too, like a ledge. Okay. Hi, Norma. Night, night, Kimberly. I don't think I'll finish this one today. I might finish it tomorrow on stream, this one here. But we'll get this one done. Well, let's get black ink. I'm gonna hang off the edge of this paper. Because I'm trying to hit, actually, I'm gonna cover. No, I'll do it that way. I really want that one. Look at this. Okay. Okay, I just wanted a little bit of a, like a branch before I put some of the paint on for the trees. I don't think I'm going to do that one. I like this stamp. It works real well for these. And that's I can't read it. I think it's Ink-a-Doodle, but I can't read it because the print's too small. Okay. So let's put, I'm going to heat set that real quick. Get that ink to dry. I'm going to come in here and do this real. Actually, yeah. Okay. Let that dry. I'm gonna throw a little gel medium on top of some of this that we've just done. That ink. I need the gel pens to, the pit pens to still move. I'm also laying, so that gets laid and trapped between the layers of the gel medium. Though it's permanent, I mean, it's just what I like to do. Okay, hit that again real quick. Oh, get up there. Okay. So let's put some gray in here. But we'll leave I'm rushing it. It's not ready. I'm actually gonna use the black. Just trying to give an illusion of like this street goes back there. And we'll take the white paint pen after we get more of that filled in. And we'll put, you know, it's a road. Okay, I'm gonna take green Thank you, Judy. Let's put some green in where that white is. And some brown in where the branches would be. I'm going to take a lighter green. Some and I'm going to get a little yellow to hit some of these white spots even with yellow. And come back more with the green. This is way too black here. All right, I'm gonna let that dry. Let's put tree in over here. Put in some white there. Just take it down just a hair. All right, let's put in the green where we got the gel medium. Put some yellow in there. Not getting in there. There we go. Okay. Not sure I like this big tree in here. So I may try to push that back with a little bit of white paint. I think what I'm going to do is take a ruler and the paint pen. Okay, let's let that kind of dry there. We come up to this area and work on the trees up here. There's a marker without a lid. Oh, the yellow. I'm losing my mind. Okay. Okay. These have to be smaller trees because they're up on the roof. And it's going to be bushes too that are overhanging. Okay, and then let's put pop of the yellow in there. And then I think I'm gonna get a little pop of some red. Oh, wrong. Let me grab the other red. I like the brush tip better. So that might be hard to see on the camera. So there's like a garden up on the top of that building. Okay, let's put some gel medium on here. stack. Let that dry. We'll add a antenna back there. On the roof. And we're just going to give an illusion of a building back here. Which will get that gray over here too. Okay, so we'll take some black. It'll be faster. This will be like the side of a building. Not worry about a door. Okay. Now I'm going to get a gray. And I think we'll add even a little of this rust color in here, maybe. So maybe it's the back of that building. And let's add some blue up here to this window. And we'll put even a little bit of white. Here and there. Like a glare kind of on the window. On the edge of these. And then we'll come back with the black. and go over. Give it a little bit of an illusion of a some lines to that building. I think I'm kind of done. Don't know where I'm going to sign it. Probably going to sign it in white. All right. That mostly straightened up where we can finish up. Let me get a mat and we can decide if we want to put it in a mat. I don't know. Okay, do we want mat or no mat? I think I'm leaning towards no mat and just put it in a 9x12 black frame. Because it's 9x12, so you could easily just put it in a black frame without a mat. I think you missed some of the sides, which gives you some let me sign it. I just don't know where to. If I sign there, it'll be too busy. Let me get a black marker. No mat, I think, is. That works. I'll just put that signature right there in the corner. I think it'd be better just in a black mat. All right, let me stop the recording. Thank you for watching, for those of you watching the stream on YouTube. And I will probably come on tomorrow and finish this one maybe. Also have a bunny I want to do. with some gel print, so I may do that.